Hi guys, and welcome to, yep, that's it, wait for it, yeah, another speed build. Happy Sunday everyone, I hope you have all been having a great week. Tiny Living is out for you all. How have you been enjoying it so far? I'm actually loving it. I know this build and the last Tiny Living build did not include many objects from the pack, but I am liking the whole concept. Haven't actually got to play it yet because I think you may have guessed that I am predominantly a builder in Sims. So yeah, time for playing is kind of very short. I've actually been doing really well with getting videos recorded. I had the last, I think, 4 videos recorded ahead of time. Like this building small thing, it's got legs, you know. I think I'm gonna keep doing this building small every once in a while thing. Of course, I know at the moment it's like super saturated on everyone's channel. But yeah, moving forward, I'm definitely going to be doing slightly more smaller builds as well. Just to be nice on myself. I occasionally used to mix in some apartments to be nicer to myself, because building huge massive 64 by 64 lots every couple of days is kind of tough on someone. So yeah, hopefully moving forward there'll be some smaller builds. Basically there's going to be builds of all shapes, sizes and designs on the channel, because I get bored very easily, so I can't just stick to one style. I gotta mix it up a little bit. This one today is a mix of traditional and modern, because we can't just stick with one. Why have one when you can have both of them? So there is custom content included in this, if you hadn't noticed already on the outside of this place. There is custom content. The link is in the description box. It contains custom content. Some people don't know what CC is when I say it, so it includes custom content from both myself and Felixander. For the Felixander content, I list what kind of general months of rewards or themes of packs I have used in this build. So yeah, that's there. And also on all of my Tumblr posts there is also a download link for the tray files, so if you just prefer to get everything, it's kind of like a one-stop shop. Get the CC and the build all in one go, just so you don't have to go to multiple places. So yeah, that's it. This build today is actually, I think I'm going to call this the Vicarage, but the inspiration is actually another gatehouse, but this one didn't actually have like an archway or a gate next to it in real life, and I was going to add one in. Then I started building it and I kind of looked at it and I thought, you know what, the way I've placed the windows in the back, because I had no idea how the windows were placed on the back, I made up the back of the house. I thought, you know what, it looks like it's something to do with the church, so we're deciding to call it a vicarage. We're saying that maybe the reverend of the church decided to sell the place, or we're going to call it the vicarage. That's what I've done it now. I've said it, so there's no going back. But yeah, so the outside would be all kind of original features, all that kind of stuff. And then the inside, I have gone a little bit more modern, just because this one was kind of done, well, it's not right after the gatehouse, but that was the last Tiny Living build I did. And I didn't want the interiors to be exactly the same. So I just started doing the kitchen in this, and then that kind of influenced the rest of the house. So we've kept almost like, you know, it's freshly plastered inside. They've renovated all of the inside. Kept a lot of the original features, been very sympathetic for it. We're going to say that this is definitely I'm going to say grade 2 listed building. That means you ain't touching the outside, people. You've got to keep it exactly as is, and very, very sympathetic on the interior, not to get rid of all the original features. So that's my story, that's my backstory, and I'm sticking with it, okay? So we got a lot of details. I have used my own recolors of the Jungle Adventure blocks, so they match perfectly with the Felixander trims and everything. well, actually they don't match perfectly. I actually picked the swatch that's an in-game swatch rather than the additional one I added to match his content. I just thought it would look better if it was kind of not so matchy on this one. I don't know why, but I did. But I am using also another thing that came along in that same download post with the blocks is this climbing plant here that came with Jungle Adventures. I'm a huge fan of some of the items that came with Jungle Adventures, actually. Yeah, most of it. Highly recommend Jungle Adventures. I think that's probably my favourite game pack would be Jungle Adventures. If not, it's very close. I do like Parenthood, but that's probably mostly for the kitchen in it. And I don't actually use the kitchen that often just because I feel like I see a lot of builds with it in, so I don't end up using it. I don't know why. Because it's actually a really, really nice kitchen. I wish it came in like a wood counter top. Does that make sense? I don't know. English today is not that great. But yeah, so yeah, Jungle Adventures for that, but there is a good mix. So as I said before, link in the description if there's anything you need to know about in terms of custom content, and also the tray files if you want to download. It's also available on the gallery, as are all of my other builds. Just don't forget to tick the include custom content in the advanced search options, otherwise you don't see any of my CC builds. Sorry, they will not show them to you on the gallery unless you tick that little tiny box. So this one, as I said, we went more traditional on the outside. It ends up looking super duper cute. This is a tier 3 tiny home, by the way, so it's actually technically a small home, not a tiny one. So it's exactly, as you can see there, 100 tiles. I used all 100 tiles exactly because maximum space. I did have to do a little trick to add on the chimney breasts on either side of the building, because those were gonna add on extra 6 tiles, and I'm like, your Sims can't even live in that place. It's not a usable space, so we had to cheat that a little bit. I put the 2 walls that were coming out from the main building, and then I dragged into place that other wall that goes across. It just means it doesn't make it into a completed room, so you can use the walls, but it doesn't count as a room, because if you look from the inside, you actually see there's no floor, no foundation inside of the chimney area. So yeah, it doesn't count, but there are lots of tricks to try and make a bigger home for this tiny living, but I kind of want to keep with the spirit of it and actually do a home that only has 100 tiles of living space. I did also have to use up 4 tiles just to make sure that when you tilted the camera up on that gable roof overhang, that there wasn't a massive gap there. That one, I used 4 tiles up for that. So you've got 4 less tiles on the inside of living space, just because I wanted to make sure that overhang had a floor underneath and you couldn't see up into the roof from the outside. Yeah, that was a thing that I did. I hope you agree it was worth it. So I hope you all tilt the camera up and look underneath. It does end up being finished though. I can see now there's no trim on it. I promise you, I put a black trim so it all matches and it all looks perfect. Yeah, so one thing I would have loved for this build actually was the kind of blocks on the, I've forgotten what the name is for them, but the Jungle Adventures blocks that I've put on the edges, oh my god, the proper name for them has dropped out of my head, but yeah, I'm still waiting for those kind of blocks well, they are in the game already, but unfortunately they're all on those auto kind of corner wallpapers, and those auto corners never work. Never do they ever work. They'll work always on one corner, and then you get to the other corner, you think it's going to be okay, and it doesn't register. I think if you put a bay window in, the corner that's right next to the bay window, like I've done on this build, it doesn't have any corner decoration, because I did try this build out first before I started recording, and I wanted to because I've used the vampire bricks on there, and the vampire bricks actually come with this auto like edge detail thing, and yeah, it didn't work on the left hand side of the building, so that's why we had to end up placing these blocks here and taking forever to do it. Super proud of myself as well for using the stepping stones again. Anytime I could use those get together stepping stones in a build, I feel like I'm a professional builder or something, because a long time ago I used to have lots of problems trying to use those stepping stones, and I really couldn't figure out how to use them in builds, and I'd seen other people do it and I'd been kind of a little bit obsessed. But yeah, debug stuff here. I think you can see around the pond. It is a swimming pool that your Sims can use. I've put the steps down into it, so you should be good. I haven't actually play tested this build yet, but I will do. I've still got to actually go in and do the screenshots. So if anything changes in the screenshots, you'll know it's because I play tested it and it didn't work. So this is just FYI. Anyway, we're into the interior. In the interior, we kept it very neutral. Very tasteful. I definitely see a young successful couple living here. I don't know, I don't really see a single Sim by themselves, but I see a successful couple here before they've had kids, not after. I think that it's done to a slightly younger standard. So yeah, young professional couple. I've used all neutrals in the house, very much easy for you to move in and not have to do anything. And I've used my favorite floor in here, and I just don't know how many times I've said this in the video, but that Get Famous floor is just delicious. I think I could lick it. It's beautiful, and if we can have more floors like that, it would be great. I think I end up using the same, maybe like 4 different wooden floors in the game. Definitely need to do some recolors of that just to make it more versatile, to match in like with the wood tones that come with the kitchen or the bathroom. I just need to do that. But time, there's lots of things I want to do and I just don't have the time to do it. As I said, I don't know if I did say this. This is the second time I'm doing the voiceover, by the way, because someone called me in the middle of the first one and it was right at the beginning. But yeah, so I'd been very good and pre-recorded lots of stuff. So the last couple of builds had been done way ahead of time and uploaded and scheduled, as is actually the build you're going to see on Wednesday, by the way. So FYI, there is a CC free build coming on Wednesday. Yeah, so that one, I've been really good pre-recording, getting things scheduled ahead of time. This tiny living thing is definitely sticking around because it's good. You can get ahead of your schedule. And now I'm actually going to be going away for a few days, and so all of my hard work is gone. So that is life. Hey, if you want to have a life, then sometimes you got to get ahead of schedule to then fall back behind schedule. So that's what we're going to be doing this week. But I should still have a full week of uploads for you guys in the coming week. Definitely already got Wednesday's video uploaded. I will actually in the voiceover be mentioning that it's Saturday, because I thought I was going to release it on a Saturday, but I'm not. So just ignore me when I keep saying Saturday. Yeah, that's what happens when you pre-record. I shall remember, if I'm this efficient in the future, not to say what day it is. Okay, taking a mental note. Yep, good. So that one on Wednesday. We'll have another part of the build club up later in the week, and then next Sunday, the massive spectacular. You guys on console, I will be having a nice big build for you. I am already halfway through it. So that one will be up next Sunday. I hope you enjoy it. CC free. So next week you have got like 2 CC free builds. I think I've got my CC free groove back now. So expect there to be kind of an even distribution between CC free and with CC. I think I've got a pretty 50-50 mix of you guys that do use CC and people that don't Yeah, that was the correct word. Anyway, I have put in pet bowls here, but that is the only thing to do with pets I've actually added in. But I saw maybe a dog here. That's meant to be a food and a water bowl, by the way. That's why there's two. But I haven't put a bed in. And to be quite honest, my experience in The Sims is that the pets don't use the bed anyway. You know, the pet beds, I don't think I've had a single pet use one in my gameplay. They always end up sleeping on the floor, and I'm like, I just bought you a pet bed. Why are you sleeping on the floor? I think this is just identical to pets in real life, to be honest. So, yeah, they never use the pet bed anyway. So I didn't want to clog up the space. It is a small home. So, yeah, no pet bed. But we've got everything else we need. There is only one bedroom in here. As I said, I see this is like a house for a successful couple rather than it's not a family. I would like to set myself the task of trying to do a small home for more than a couple or a pair of Sims. I did do that actually with the gatehouse. That is enough. It can fit 3 Sims in there, but I would like it to be like a family home. I say family, just have maybe 2 or 3 decent sized, no, I'm going to say 3 decent sized bedrooms. I think a 3-bed home is like your average kind of home, if you get what I mean. So I'd like to try and give that a try, but I don't have anything on my mind or anything planned for that. So yeah, but as I said, we've used the bathroom in this, and you're going to see the bathroom used in a lot more builds. I can't wait for it to be out on the 5th of February for everyone to enjoy. I can't wait to see all the builds that you guys do with it. I know lots of you have supported us on Patreon by getting early access to it, so thank you so much. It is still available on early access on Patreon, so if you do want to grab it, that's also linked in the Tumblr post, the link to that. But yeah, it's been great. The support has been literally off of the charts on that one, and we did not expect that kind of support. But I know not everyone can support CC creators that don't have the money or they don't want to get it on early access, so I can't wait for you to be able to get it on the free download. But yeah, it's been quite a ride on the bathroom, is all I'm going to say to you. But yeah, we're using it here, so if you don't have the bathroom already and you're not going to be getting it on early access, you just have to use this build, you have to wait till the 5th of February. Hopefully I'll have a build out on the 5th of February as well, because that is a Wednesday. I'll have a build out to showcase the set again and to celebrate the public release. That is the plan. I have, and you know, I said in I think the last build that I had an extra window few items that I was going to add in to the set for the public release, so I have to do that this week as well. So busy. You will see these things on the wall. They came with Discover University. I had second thoughts about them. I'm not gonna lie, they are rather big. Even though I've sized them down, they're still just ginormous. I was hoping maybe they might look like some kind of modern art installation-y thingy, but they just don't. So I end up deleting them afterwards and changing that to a white brick. It's kind of weirdly plain above that TV, like it's just a giant wall. This is the tallest wall height, by the way, in here. I always find with this kind of traditional custom content that I have to do the tallest ceilings. I know for the other tiny builds that I've done, I actually only use the shortest wall height if I was just using most of the items from the new stuff pack. But with this one, I've done the tallest. I think I actually planned to do it on the medium wall height, but I ended up just last minute changing it to the tallest one. I don't actually know why. Maybe I just wanted taller windows. I think probably that, something like that. But yeah, so the tallest wall height is always a bit more difficult to decorate the interiors on the tallest wall height because it just looks less full. It looks more empty. in the interior, so you end up having to put more items there because the ceilings are just so high. In real life, tall ceilings are just amazing because you just feel like, it's so light and airy and I've got so much space. In The Sims, it just looks a little bit underdecorated, so we just had a bit more detail. And again, now we're into the bedroom. I've done this kind of build your own wardrobe thing. I've done this in quite a few of them. I did this in the Mies van der Rohe house recently, and I think I've done another build as well. Those Discover University drawers are amazing. I was going to use the Tiny Living ones, but they actually were a little bit too skinny, so I went to use these Discover University ones instead, and I've mixed it together with the Moschino dresser, so there's lots of dressing opportunities there. But I really do like this whole open, hey, you can see all my clothes and I'm super duper organized, look how neat I am kind of vibe. I think it's kind of cute. It just adds a little bit of extra decoration into a room rather than putting a painting on the wall, if you get what I mean, I think. And it looks kind of like built in. Excuse me. Yeah, so it looks kind of built in. We put the wall there to separate. Excuse me. Okay, just had a coughing fit and had to take a big drink. But yeah, the whole built-in look, loves it. Of course, it's always a little bit of a struggle to find items to decorate the shelving. I love the whole principle of having this like open shelving unit, but it always takes me 5 years to try and find all the items to decorate it. Thankfully, we have the bathroom with a few extra clutter items, but I think Parenthood is a must-have for those, like that hairdryer unit and the makeup tray. I think those are great as well. More things I would love. I'd love the blinds, by the way, from Discover University, but I couldn't fill out the bay window and make it look good. I think we need more solutions for bay windows, the curtains. Generally, the curtains in the game make my eyes burn, but yeah, that's just a general way. They normally don't fit. I wish we could just have build your own curtains. As I said in the bathroom set, we wanted to do a separated curtain, but it was really annoying. You'd have to place it into the right position. It doesn't work the same way as curtains for some reason, and I just decided no. We'd rather just have the end pieces. Everyone's used to that, rather than having to place stuff into the area. So we're now on to the last room of the build. It's the bathroom. I'm going to be totally honest. It's not the most amazing bathroom in the world. Just, it's not the greatest showcase of the bathroom, considering just how small this room is and how much I had to shoehorn everything in. So this is not a, hey, let's showcase the bathroom and make a ginormous bathroom, because it is a small home. So all the necessities, of course, and my new favourite thing to do is to use the dividers, because they're great. They divide up the space, but they still let all the light through, so they don't make the room look too small and cramped. Rather, if I used a wall, it's kind of going to look like I've blocked off all the light from everywhere. But yeah, so I did change out the rug in the living area as well. It was originally like an Art Deco rug, but I decided to go with, I've forgotten where that rug comes from, but it's got this iCat print and I really do like it, and I kind of forget it's got that many amazing things in it. I think it's from Cats and Dogs, actually, I think that rug is. But yeah, anyway, quickly jigging everything around, but we are coming up to the screenshot, so I want to say thank you so much for watching. I will be back on Wednesday with a CC free build for all of you with Tiny Living. It's restricted packs build, would you believe it? But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Bye guys. Love you than I can bear. Ooh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true, no matter where I go, I'm going.
Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true, no matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.